What is going on, everybody? Horse in a Pool, finally back here with another video. It's literally been like 6 years since I uploaded a video, so if you're already subscribed and you're like, what is this channel? Why isn't it uploaded in 6 years? Welcome back, thanks for coming. But if you're new here as well, don't forget to subscribe down below so you can see some more of my content. This video is going to be my first one. I just got F1 2020 recently. I wanted to make some videos on that. Recorded the first, this little race. Didn't end up going too well, so I was like, I don't know if this is going to be great content. Backed out of it. Had a good second race, so didn't record that, but wanted to at least get the highlights. I do have a full race weekend coming up for the China GP, so if you'd like to see that, don't forget to subscribe down below if you'd like to see some more F1 2020 content and gameplay, or if you'd just like to see more of my content in general, do let me know down below. Also, I'd like to do more than just F1 2020 videos or just racing videos in general, so if you have any recommendations for games I should play, leave those in the comments down below so I can check those out and try playing some games that y'all would like to see. Alright, with that everybody, let's hop right into some F1 2020 race highlights. And alright, here's what the team is looking like right now. Going with the main color, like that nice cobalt blue, little red accent color along with the black as our tertiary third color. This is what the car looks like for the first 3 races. Did unlock some more car liveries since then, so the car does look different, especially in later highlights. You might notice that the car will be switching. But hopping over to what I look like, here's me. That's basically me right there, up in number 27. So you can kind of see the suit and the helmet, which have also changed, but that's what we're looking like right now. All right, and now we're hopping into our first race. Round 1 here of a 22 full season. We're running 50% laps because wasn't looking forward to driving 60 plus laps. I think 30 is probably pretty good for me. Still get a good feel of what a full race would look like, but this race actually went pretty decent for our first one, especially with no upgrades on the car so far. I didn't see the blue cars, me in the back. Dorian Bacalacci, the F2 driver, is my teammate in this team. He doesn't perform very well, so we'll see how long that he makes it with this team, but see a good start, gaining some positions back pretty quick, coming up along the side of that McLaren down this first straight. This is my first F1 game. I have played racing games in the past pretty frequently, especially Forza. Not exactly a racing game like this is, but you will notice that the driving line does get a little rough from here and there. Going a little wide in that turn, cutting corners here, making contact with the racing point there, but doing my best to kind of stay on the track and at least just finish this race. Like I said, this did go pretty good, better than I expected for my first race. See a decent line there, taking the outside to the inside, switching back, taking a spot there. So pretty proud of myself in that first race, gaining that spot, doing what I can, trying to keep up with some of these middle pack teams like McLaren, Racing Point, Alfa Romeo, Haas, and AlphaTauri. So see it improving a little bit better, getting more comfortable with the track later on in this little race that we had going on. So coming down the straight, you'll notice driving line's getting a little bit cleaner. Some good shots here coming around the edge. I believe we were around P15 at this point, so kind of getting close, making waves, trying to get to those position points, or getting points for the standing for the season, I should say. But coming around here, fighting with Max Verstappen, not going to hold that spot. Same here with Valtteri Bottas, coming inside, making big contact with us. We're going to lose some parts there. You see the flaps of the wings and the floor coming off there in the background, but we're staying all right. There's a better driving line for me, doing really well. Coming around, see, looking good. You know, for a first race isn't bad. And then as I say that, we're up on the grass on the inside a little bit, nearly spinning out, but maintaining control. You see the damage there on the side, definitely taking some big hits from this race, but we did all right, so pretty proud of myself. Coming across the line here, we did finish in, I believe, P13, so not bad, just outside of points range at P10, but pretty happy with myself and the way that I drove and with the team there. And into race number 2 at Bahrain. I gotta say, this did go a lot better than the last race. I mean, last race I was proud, but this one actually went really well for us as a team. You'll see here coming to lights out, and you'll notice P6 right behind the Ferraris. And so we're going to actually get a pretty good start here at lights out. Down this first straight, going up the inside on Sebastian Vettel, who gets a pretty poor start with some wheel spin. We're going to come down this inside line, try and get inside the Mercedes. Not quite. He's going to beat us out. We're getting pushed on the curb by the Red Bull of Alexander Albon. Here we come, and giving him no room. He's going to make contact with us and spin out. Luckily, no damage to either car, so I can say that was more of a racing incident than just harassment on Alexander Albon. You'll notice him coming down here later, actually ahead of us here later in the race, actually battling with him, taking the inside line here, braking real late, but getting the move done through this long sweeping corner, full throttle all out here. We actually made some really decent overtakes. At the beginning, it was a little rough trying to find our space. See us trying to come up the inside on the Haas of Kevin Magnussen, making a little bit of contact, trying to get around the outside. He's going to come wide, make contact with the wheels, but we're coming inside on the first straight. Wheel to wheel down that. We're actually going to take that spot right there. So that went really well. And then later in this race, so about the last 5 laps, we actually made some really good moves. You see here coming down the main straight in a decent position, sandwiched in between those McLarens. Coming down here, let's see if we can make any more moves here. Up the inside of the Red Bull, way up on the curb, touching the grass, trying to make the move around Lando Norris, and we get it done. I mean, really proud about with myself and the driving that I had for this race, for a first decent showing, and then again making a move on Sergio Perez in that racing point there late in the race, and then coming down to these last final laps. Another battle with another car, the Alfa Romeo of Antonio Giovinazzi. Trying to get the move done here. Not going to be able to get it, but we're going around the outside of this flat out corner. He's on the hard tires, so we got more grip on the mediums. Going to get the move done again there, coming up here. And then down the straight on that same lap, or I guess the next lap. Braking real early. Antonio Giovinazzi makes contact with us and then hits the Williams of George Russell, so that gives us some space. We actually finished P9, so we got 2 points for that. So our first points finish was already in week 2, which is really great. And then for our next race, going into Vietnam, the new Hanoi circuit. This was a rough one, I gotta be honest. I mean, qualifying, this track in general is just terrible for our car. We just don't have the power for those long straights. I swear, like 50% or more of this race, I was in 8th gear going full throttle, about 200 miles an hour. And that's just not suitable for our car. We need those quick turns. Bahrain has a few of those, and we actually performed better. There are some straights at Bahrain, but we were able to keep up with a lot of those cars. You'll see starting way at the back, because as I mentioned, qualifying, it was rainy, so that was a problem for us. My first time driving in the rain, especially with this new car on a bad circuit for us. So starting way in the back, we do get some positions there early, which is nice. Good looks for the team. Trying to make things happen the best we can, trying to fight as well as we can. You'll see here, not really racing. That's because we had a safety car come out. And funny thing is, every single race that I've had so far, up till this recording of 4 races, I've had a safety car. So now, as I'm recording this, my later races, right now at Monaco, had to turn off the safety car just so I could, actually race, and, abide by the flag rules, but keep moving without having to fall into place with that safety car. See here later on the hards, taking contact from Lance Stroll in the racing point there, trying to get by. He gets by us anyways. We're trying to fight back still, but he's going to get it done. He's still making decent headway. We actually got lapped by a few of the starters there. You see Lewis Hamilton trying to make his way by us. Coming down the straight, I just don't want to lose a spot to Kevin Magnussen here in the Haas. Coming around, keeping that spot. Good fight there around the fountain, trying to keep it. As I said, this was really brutal. In the wall somehow, don't even remember that, but there we go, already crashing. You can see this was hard. Getting passed by a lot of those top tier teams, but still trying to compete. We're actually making a move here at Max Verstappen on the inside of that Red Bull, so you can see we're still trying to race pretty well, but at the end it came down to me and Nicholas Latifi of the Williams racing for the final spot, the last spot of 20th. Would have been dead last. You see some flaps coming up there with a little bit of contact, but would have been dead last if it weren't for 2 retirements. So we got a little bit lucky. Obviously no points, but coming to the checkered flag in 20th. All right, everybody, that'll bring us to a conclusion of this first video. Just some highlights. Exciting next video, as I mentioned, the China GP will be a full race weekend, so if you'd like to see that or just more content from myself, please subscribe down below, like this video if you enjoyed this content, or just let me know what I should change or what games I should play. So with that, everybody, thanks for dropping by. This is Horse in a Pool, signing off.